Hey everyone, this is Dr. LaKeisha Cole of thefaithoutcome.com, and today I'm going to go through a quick run through of a new program that I want you to give a go. Remember, this is your choice, okay? This is helpful information to educate you on nutritional eating habits. This is not to control how you want to eat. This is not about any cure of any disease or disorder. This is nutritional education. Okay, what I have is I want you to focus on a theme. This program, this recommendation is for any person who is working toward better health. And you're starting in the kitchen, you're working on improving your eating habits. I want you to focus your attention on the theme, heal the organs. Heal, H-E-A-L, the organs. And you are going to focus your attention on using nutrition every time you eat, every time you select a food, every time you combine a meal. I want you to focus on the theme, heal the organ, okay? I want you to focus on this for 1 month, 4 weeks of self-discipline, okay? So this is not about having a good time, just, letting it all out. Eat what you want to eat, how you want to eat, whenever you want to eat. There is a time and place for that. Okay, you do need balance. There's a time and place for that. But this particular nutrition education program of focus is for 4 weeks. And your attention is going to be drawn to, magnetized to, for the purpose of healing the organ. Now, what does that mean? There are organs in the body, and each organ belongs to an organ system, or maybe 2 organ systems. Okay, so for example, heal the organ. We may focus on heal the pancreas. Okay, the pancreas is a part of the digestive system. It is also associated with the endocrine system, your glandular system, and your digestive system. You may want to focus on heal the liver, heal the spleen, heal the eyes, heal the organ. Okay, heal the muscle, we're going to focus our attention on healing the organ. That is the theme of this particular nutrition education program. So now what I'm going to do is give you an example of foods that will serve as healing the organ. Okay, you're going to focus on garden fresh, like fresh out of the garden foods that allow you to eat them in their raw, garden fresh state. Okay, for example, cruciferous vegetables. These are vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflower. Okay, we're going to focus on other types of fruits and vegetables, berries. We're going to focus on carrots. We're going to focus on tomato. Okay, of course, anything that you're allergic to, sensitive to, those will not be included. Okay, onion, garlic, peppers, like bell peppers. Okay, let's see what else. fruits, oranges, apples, bananas, okay? But foods that you are allowed to consume in their garden fresh state, all right? Now, certain foods, if you don't want to eat them that way, we still can focus on getting the most nutrition from the food, because remember, the theme is heal the organ. So I don't know what organ you're working on, okay? But for me, example, my theme is heal the eye, okay? But you can go down any list of, there is no limit to the organs that you want to support. You may want to support your reproductive system. You may say, oh, I'm healing the uterus. I'm healing the prostate gland. I'm healing the urinary bladder. I'm healing the kidneys. Choose the organ of your choice. You can have multiple organs, but the theme is heal the organ. Now, the reason that this is the theme is because it will allow you to understand why you're eating this way. Remember, this is not fun. Let's hang out, do what we want to do. I want to eat how I want to eat. I am not interested. No, this is focused nutrition. Okay? And you're simply using foods to consume to support your organ health. Period, point blank. Okay? Your goal is to manifest healing. All right? Now you have your other part. You've seen my other video. This is the nutrition video. So what we're going to keep our focus on is the method, the form in which we consume our foods will be strictly based on the nutrients that have the ability to feed, to nourish, to strengthen, to support the organ, okay? Heal the eyes. We're going to support the eye. We're going to eat foods that have nutrients, carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, mineral, and water to support the organs that need to be supported, okay? And each of the different classes of nutrients are extremely important in supporting your organ health. Now, of course, you're going to have your power manifestation series of manifestations, okay, based on your confessions, words, phrases that you're going to speak that are focused on healing the organ system, healing the cells, healing the tissues, healing the different parts of your organ. So just like this is my field, so I know the organs and their parts. I know the different parts of an organ because I've had to study it, I've had to teach it. But for you don't become overwhelmed because, oh, I don't know the parts of the eye. I don't know the parts of the uterus. I don't know the parts of the urinary system. I don't know the parts of the digestive system. You don't need to know them, okay? What you're focused on is healing the organ. So you're not going to focus on the textbook. This is just for you. You're just going to focus on one particular organ. And that organ has individual parts. It has cells. It has tissues. There are different types of tissues. We're not going to go into that. LaKeisha, stay focused. So I have to catch myself. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep our focus in line with eating foods that have nutrients that provide your body with vitamins, minerals, healthy carbohydrates, protein, okay, and healthy fats. We're not water, okay? Water. There are there's a great water percentage in fruits and vegetables. So remember, when you're getting them in their raw organic state, fresh from the garden, I always call it that, to help you understand. We're just going to focus on eating to heal. Okay, so this is not something that you may necessarily for beginners or people. Remember, there are all types of people who watch this video, and some of you may be experts in the kitchen, some of you may be experts when it comes to nutrition, education, fine. But for the beginners, for those people who just feel lost, I don't know where to start, I don't know the nutrients contained in foods, I don't know this, okay, you are going to focus on eating fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, of course, eliminating all foods that you have an allergy for. All right, so let me move around. I'm here in the kitchen. Now what I want to do is give you an example. All right, so here laid out, I have my, I have my vegetables, okay? And then on the stove, remember I said for those of you who are interested in, you just don't want them in their raw state, you don't want them that way, it's just, too much for you at one time, then you can lightly steam your vegetables. We want bright colored foods. That is the goal. Bright colored foods. We don't want mushy. We don't want, no, none of that. We don't want dull. No, we want them bright. Okay, so you're only going to cook them to the point where they're still bright in color. Okay, we want to get all of the nutrients from the food. We want to keep it bright. We want to allow these foods to nourish our bodies and provide the nutritional content that they offer. All right, and as something that I've always shared with my mom when I've worked with her is, yes, you want to have balance, but it's okay when you are completing a program. You want to focus your attention on learning to develop healthy habits. Okay, nutritional healthy habits, nutritional health that allows your body to benefit from the foods that you eat. Okay, there will be a time for you to practice balance where you can have moments where you eat whatever you want. This is that time. Go ahead. But this time, we're going to have controlled self-discipline for eating foods that nourish the body and support the body to heal. Okay, our body has a natural ability to heal itself, and what we're going to do is support that by practicing healthy habits. Okay, so as I said, over a course of 4 weeks, you're going to have focused eating. All right, so for example, the vegetables. All right, I want you to allow them to be bright. Okay, I have mixed vegetables and broccoli here. And what I'm going to do is just lightly, these are already done, but we're lightly preparing them so that they keep their color. Okay, they're still bright. You don't want them, we want them bright. Okay, we don't want them dull. We want them crispy. Okay, crispy, 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 crispy. Okay, we want them to have a crunch, because remember, the real goal, the initial goal, is to eat them in their raw, garden fresh state. Fresh out of the garden. Okay, clean, rinsed, fresh out of the garden. All right, just as you're pulling them from the tree. Okay, or taking them from the garden. Now, what I will do is, let's pause this. Okay, so I'm back, and most of these you have seen. If you have watched my videos, my YouTube shorts, if you have watched my any of my videos about health and wellness, you'll see that you've seen how I eat. Okay, so here is just a snapshot right there of, I'm sure you've seen these, okay? I have cherry tomatoes, baby carrots, strawberry, blueberry, blackberry. All right, you can have, remember, just color your plate. Focus on fresh fruits and vegetables again, and you're gonna color your plate with as many colors as long as you're not allergic to these foods and you're gonna eat them in their raw state. I have an apple, I have an orange. You're not gonna eat them all at the same time, but these are the selections of food choices. Foods that are bright in color and foods that are fruit, foods that are vegetables, okay? They have a high antioxidant content, anti-aging, okay, another word for anti-aging. They're usually very good for your different organ systems of the body. They're good for your health in so many different ways. I don't want to get into it because I tend to take over and I want to stay focused here. But we are going to keep our attention on, let's see here. We're going to keep our attention on eating foods for a 4-week period. Fruits with the skin, okay? Fruits with the skin. If you want to blend them, or you know, I don't know, everybody has different situations. Some people can't eat whole fruit because, you know, maybe you have some sensitivities. But as far as like, you may have issues with teeth and being able to eat foods that are, maybe you can't bite into a banana, or I'm not a banana, but an apple or something like that. But so the main thing is selecting the foods of color. Okay, I prefer that you eat them in their raw organic state, with the skin, all of that. Okay, I don't want it to be too dark in here, but so like I have my apple and it's been washed and everything, and then I'm just going to cut it up, you know, with the skin, slices. You can make them in chip slices, however you want. Just all I want you to do is eat them. Eat them. Feed the organ. That's what I want you to do. I want you to feed the organ. We're not going to be dramatic about things. Oh, I don't want to do this and that. Keep it positive. Heal the organ and just eat the fruit, eat the vegetables. Okay, eat them in their raw, organic state and enjoy them. Enjoy them. Imagine yourself and that organ that you're working on, that organ system that you're working on being healed. Okay? Allowing the foods that have been put on this earth to heal the way that they were designed to heal. Okay? Allow them to work for you the way that they were designed to work. All right? Allow them to nourish your body. So here we have orange. Okay. Orange here. And then I have my apple cut over here. And there you go. Okay, no touch receptacle. Love that. All right, and so here we have the fruits. Okay, so apple. And all you're going to do is enjoy. Okay? I know I'm not facing the light, so it's kind of dark. I don't know if that's any better. It don't look like it to me, but... Okay, so... And then we have our other blackberry. Strawberry. And remember, again, as you're eating, you're going to keep your mind focused on heal. I'm allowing the food to heal. Carrot. Raw organic steak. Okay? And then when you're done with that, remember, you'll eat this. Hold on. Let me. Okay, so when it comes to the time where you need to consume protein, for those of you who are meat eaters, okay, I try to, most of the time, really, when I eat meat, I usually choose ground turkey, to be honest. Mostly, I rarely eat beef. Occasionally, every now and then, like, I mean, not even enough for me to say I eat it. I'll have a burger, but mostly, no. Usually, it's ground turkey, or I will have chicken breast, boneless, skinless chicken breast, and I'll consume it different ways. But right now, like, for example, when you have, it's time to consume your protein. Okay, for those of you who consume meat, I'm talking to you. You have your lean meat. So for me, example, I have 85 or 93% lean turkey. Okay, and then I will prepare it. I will cook it. And then I'll just make it a part of my meal. As I told you, I love casseroles. So I usually tend to add it to a casserole. And I will have my vegetables there. Okay. Now, the way that I have my vegetables on the stove, I can eat them like that. But these vegetables are going to be a part of my casserole. So that way I have everything in one spot and I can just eat it as such. And I will be combining my ground turkey with that. And my ground turkey, I usually just have peppers, onion, garlic, and then my meat, and whatever type of seasoning I want added to that. Usually my seasonings are sugar-free. If I use like a sauce for my meat, but like, yeah, I'm real anal about things like that now. But I usually have like sugar-free sauce, and I like this brand that, oh my gosh, this particular brand, the creator, he has sugar-free everything, and it just finally a sauce that is sugar-free, but it tastes just like normal. And he has all types of sauce. I love it. So find the sauce that's best for you. If you have sauce or no sauce, like, I rarely use sauce, but when I do now, like I said, I try to focus on heart health and everything else. I'm 45 and I try to keep that focus. But I'm trying to make sure I have everything. But yeah, that's what I want you to do. So for 4 weeks, 1 month, focus on the theme, heal the organ. And just combine that with your daily confessions and meditations for your focus on healing manifestation of your body, okay? Any disease, disorder, dysfunction, discomfort, these abnormalities, different things like that. Allow yourself to spiritually focus on healing meditation, and don't worry about, don't get caught up in looking for signs, okay? Just do it, okay? I'm just gonna be real with it. Just do it. Just focus on developing a healthy habit and practicing that healthy habit and being self-disciplined with that healthy habit, and keep it going. All right. Eat foods that are bright in color in their raw organic state. Get plenty of hydration. Okay. Get plenty of purified, clean water, and drink water. Stay hydrated. Drink water. A lot of these fruits and vegetables, they have a great percentage of water content. And that's why they're just really naturally healing foods. And just focus on just trying to eat and develop a habit of healthy eating. Okay. And the way that you stay motivated is, I'm healing my organs. This food is healing my organs. My confessions are healing. This is healing. This is healing. I am taking advantage of what was provided in the earth to help me heal, to support the body that was created to receive this. And just keep it simple. Don't complicate things. Don't get all worked up, and just apply it to your life. Implement it. Me and these gloves, my niece and nephew, one day I was doing something, and my gloves are, these are clean. I usually use them for food, or of course if I'm in the process of cleaning something. And my niece was like, why do you have on those gloves? And my sons, they used to say, or my husband, one of them, or both of them, all of them, like I was like Dexter's laboratory mom. I think it was Dexter's mom. I've said this before on live, so I say it too much. But anyway, you know me by now. If you're following me, I am obsessed in some areas. But it's gotten so much better with age. The older I get, the more I am about things. So anyway, but yeah, so just try this, and it's just practicing healthy eating, learning. And then once you get it, you can implement it as balance. Like I said, I don't put a lot of pressure on myself. When people see me eating healthy, which is most of the time, I have balance, okay? Like I said, if I want pizza or something like that, I'll have it. I just don't have it every day. And usually after focused eating for so long, like if I do have pizza or something like that, or a cheeseburger or tater tots or something that I, have loved in the past, chili cheese, something, it just, like, immediately I'm very uncomfortable. My body is very uncomfortable, like within a few hours. And it just, like, you'll notice things like that. So when you're in the process from focused eating, which is like eating fresh fruits and vegetables, and really paying attention to how you eat, and then you eat this way, and then you go back and say, oh, I want to get a big loaded omelet, or I want to get a big cheeseburger, or I want to get a big old pizza or something like that. You're gonna notice that it feels good, but then later on you're probably gonna say, oh, I don't really feel well. And it's because your body has adjusted to eating a certain way. So when you don't feel anything. Your body is used to eating like that, and so it accepts that, and then your organs accept that, and when your organs accept that, you get the results that you get. So anyway, try that. Dr. LaKeisha Cole, thefaithoutcome.com. Have a great week.